Set maintenance is the program module that calculates the optical data of your colorants and is designed to work with many different industrial applications. In this video, we will show you an example how to enter a new colorant set for a paint application. Set maintenance provides wizards to help you to enter a new colorant set. When you start a new colorant set wizard, you will be asked to select a colorant set type: transparent, transmission, opaque or translucent. It is important to define the correct type for your application. You can discuss this with your Datacolor application specialist. Datacolor also provides sample preparation guides. You can find these on the Match Pigment installation CD. Now we explain briefly the 4 different types. Transparent with substrate is used to match transparent or translucent coatings applied to a substrate. The substrate can be partially seen through the colored layer. Typical applications are wood stain applications without white and transparent printing. Transparent transmission is used to match transparent products such as liquids. Typical applications are dyes in solution and transparent films. Here the measurements are made in transmission. You can use a Datacolor 650. A translucent set is used to match translucent products when colorant loading affects the color of the product. It is also used for opaque files to minimize colorant loading. Typical applications here are translucent plastics, decorative paint applications, and most printing applications. And finally, an opaque set is used to match opaque products that use variable amounts of white in a formula. Typical applications are opaque paint and plastic applications. Before we can create a new colorant set, the ingredients to be included in the set must be entered in ingredient maintenance. How to do this is explained in the ingredient maintenance video. Let's get started. Launch the program Set Maintenance from the Navigator Go menu. What do you want to do? Create a new colorant set, open an existing set, or delete an existing set. We check Create and click OK. Now you have started the new colorant set wizard. This wizard will collect the information needed to create a new colorant set. Here you can enter the name of your new set. Choose the correct type, translucent, and click Next. For a translucent system, film thickness is important. Enter the correct film thickness of your calibration samples. Select the mode, how you want to enter and view the sample mixtures in your set. The input-output form of the calibration samples describes the level of expansion of a colorant into component ingredients. In ingredient maintenance, you can define subcomponents of your ready-to-use colorant. Then you are able to switch to the other output form when displaying a formula when matching. Next we choose the measurement method. For a translucent set, we require 2 measurements for every calibration sample: reflectance over light and reflectance over dark. The correct calibration options for a translucent set are by default selected. If all your calibration samples are made on a black and white Lineta card, measure or retrieve it here as your substrate. Hit the measurement button and position first the white portion of your substrate for the measurement over light, the black portion of your substrate for the measurement over dark, and click Next. The recommended calibration methods for resin, Master White and Calibrating Black are by default selected. Also for surface correction, start with the defaults. Afterwards, by evaluation of the set, it is still possible to modify these default parameters. When we finish, the new colorant wizard starts automatically. We will be guided to enter first resin, then master white, calibrating black and the colorants. Accept the defaults. Most of them we defined in the previous wizard. Here the ingredient list is displayed. Select the resin and finish. Storing mixtures for resins is optional. Without mixture, the system will assume the resin is completely transparent. The second ingredient to enter is master white. To define the master white, we will enter a mixture with white and resin. Select the ingredient from the ingredients list and again the defaults are correct. If you use the same substrate for all calibration samples, press Next. Accept the resin and press the Finish button. The new mixture wizard starts. On the left-hand side, enter the exact amount of white and resin of your calibration sample. On the right-hand side, you measure the calibration samples with the measurement button. You can change the measurement button to a retrieve button, like this, and retrieve the samples from the database. First select the measurement over light, then the measurement over dark. If you measure the calibration samples in advance and store them in the database, you save time when creating the colorant set. For most applications, one mixture is sufficient to calibrate your master white. Hit the Finish button to continue. Next, we enter Calibrating Black. To define the Calibrating Black, we will enter mixtures black with white and resin. Select the ingredient from the list and accept the defaults. For calibrating black, Datacolor recommends to enter 3 to 4 mixtures with white and 1 mass tone. On the left-hand side, you enter the exact amounts of black, white and resin of your calibration sample. On the right-hand side, measure the calibration samples with the measurement button. Make a measurement over light and a measurement over dark. If the sample is opaque, you may skip the measurement over dark by clicking Opaque. Make another mixture, we'll save this and load the next mixture for this ingredient. For the mass tone, the amount of white is equal to 0. And make the measurement. If you entered all mixture for the black, click Finish. We advise to save and calibrate the set at this point before proceeding with the colorants. Close the detailed screen for the black and calibrate the set. The colorant screen opens again with a double click on the ingredient's name. You can at any time modify the amounts of the mixtures, or delete or deactivate a mixture with a right mouse click. After this, you must calibrate again. Let's take some time to explain the evaluation options. The evaluation delta E, target and synthesized contrast ratio in the mixture grid, and values and graphs in the evaluate grid. When calibrating, Match Pigment calculates K absorption and S scatter values for each mixture at each wavelength. The evaluation grid shows K and S values by default. To check the quality of the K and S values, we look first for the evaluation delta E in the mixture grid. The evaluation delta E gives an indication how accurate the mixture can be matched with the calculated K and S values. The closer to zero, the better. Check the target contrast ratio and the synthesized contrast ratio. The closer they are, the better the opacity prediction will be. In the Evaluation tab, we switch from text format to graphical format with these buttons. Interesting to check are the absorption curves and scatter curves. The curve shapes for each sample should be similar. Irregularities in the curve shape indicates a problem with one or several samples. Build profile plots optical constant versus colorant concentration at the wavelength of maximum absorption. The shape of the build curve should be smooth. Any sharp changes indicate that there may be an error in the data. After evaluating master white and black, save and close the set. You now created your first colorant set in Datacolor Match Pigment. In a next video, we'll explain how to load a colorant, an alternate white, or a resin in an existing set. Thank you for watching this set maintenance video.